Hey everyone, welcome to the Drop Zone. I'm here with Mo Nose, and we are going to be covering the Fantastic Four #1 from 2003 comic drop. This is the one I've been waiting for my whole life. How about you, Mo? Are you excited about this?
Yeah, I mean, with that intro, I mean, who wouldn't be excited? You want to try that from the top, VE? Maybe with a little more excitement and exuberance?
I think that kind of conveyed how I feel about this. Yeah, I
All right,
am
I get it.
not that excited. Yeah. No, I'm not that excited because why would you be excited about this when you got Avengers 1 coming on Thursday? How about that?
Yeah, I
You know,
mean, or you could just be excited because you woke up today and God gave you another day on this planet. You could be excited because Mickey's coming to Cryptoys. You could be
yeah.
excited because Photo Finish is flourishing like nobody ever thought it would. We could be excited because Superman HRO Secret or the Legendary Crafting happens today at 3 p.m. There's tons of reasons to be excited. You can fake it. All right, if there's one thing you can learn, you gotta fake it till you make it.
Fake it till I make
According to
it.
Tony Dolce, we made it. What up, brother? He's here. He's in the
Good to see
building.
you. Good to see
Good to
you,
see you,
man.
man.
Uh, we are going to be covering this drop, but we've got other exciting stuff. Sorry, I'm just looking at my tablet here. We did get the big announcement from Cryptoys yesterday that they're going to be doing the Mickey and Friends drop. We don't have an exact date, but we should get more information as the weeks go by. And Tony Dolce says, does anyone have screen recording for their phone? And if you will be around during the rebound today. Oh, I see. So he wants to see. I do not have, well, I do kind of have it set up, and today would be the day. Ronnie Lido, good to see you. I wasn't really prepared to do that, but that might be something we do on another stream where I can show you. I'm not very good at rebounds. Mo, you been okay at getting rebounds? I've got it once. It's this
I
new
mean, I'm
thing. I think
like,
one, maybe twice, maybe twice.
I'm like 1 for 97. I mean,
Right. I mean, it just I think the timing is a little bit different on the don't screw me tablet. Uh Timing's different on whether you're using a tablet or using a phone. I've noticed that. So that's creates some issues about getting in at the right time. Let's see. I want to try two things. Someone clicking in and someone yeah, so I remember Vault saying if you click in, that's better. Shelby Cobra has done that. I prefer to just stay in there, and maybe that's why I lose.
isn't it different
'Cause,
for comics and collectibles though? Doesn't one auto pop and one doesn't? Am I tripping on that?
I know it used to be,
Did that change?
and you might be right. Because what you could do in the
I'm more
past
than
was
likely
like
wrong, just for the
you
record.
you
I'm
could
having a
swipe
really
down.
bad 24 hours uh, on my knowledge. I'm learning
Well,
that.
it's just I know you used to be able to like as I pull down, it would reset the page and all that. So I don't know what's going on. We do have today's comic is 7,500 at 699, unlike Avengers 1, which can be 10,000 at 20 gems. And although I think that will sell out, it's a little disappointing
Of course it will.
that they raised the price and or had 10,000. I think 7,500 would have been the right way to go. But they need money for their Ferraris. So I mean it makes sense. It makes complete sense to me.
It's
Uh
so sad that like they just feel like these comics can't stand on their own, so they have to jack up the price. Like that to me, that just you know what I'm saying. Like these comics, if they are grails and all these pieces that people keep saying they are, then they release them for the same normal price as a comic and let them do their thing if they're that special. You know what I'm saying? Like I
yeah,
don't know.
exactly. Why are they making us pay more? I mean, shouldn't that be the bonus? Like, we're going for all your crappy drops. So here you go, guys.
Right.
And maybe that's what they should do. Like, look, if you go for all the drops the month before, all the comics, you'll get a spot to go buy into a bigger comic. I don't know. They need to fix what they're doing. By the way, Shelby Cobra said she did click it back in when she got the what was it, the Loki, the clock. So that's was for the collectible. So that might be the best way to go. I'm not sure in the comic, but I'll tell you, I can look and see. I won't click in. I'll just stay on the page and see what happens. Let's see. Let's have some fun. This is Chatbox. Nice. Is it actually going to work today? We'll see.
And
Um,
will it tell everybody that they can win a Cryptoys cube that no longer exists?
I believe we took care of that, so we
Stay
should be good to
tuned.
go.
Find out next time on I'm Skinny Bones.
Exactly. We only provide the best information here. And let's go ahead and put up a poll. Who's going for this? This can't be good because I'm sure you're not going for it, right, Mo?
I wouldn't go for this drop with your gems, brother.
Thank you. I feel like there's a little love when you say that, just a little. Who's going for today's comic drop? Put that in their vote. I'm going to say, what do you think it's going to be, like 70% not going for it? We'll see.
69%. Let's go with a nice 69.
All right, I like that. I know that's Skeleton's favorite position.
That's right. With myself.
So yeah, if you want to do the rebounds, we can test it out today and kind of see if clicking in. Now, rebounds, have you ever tried that on the app, online app, or web page, I should say, Mo? Because I don't think it works.
The rebound?
Yeah, the rebound.
So yeah, so it's popped, but I don't think I've ever gotten it because normally by the time it pops on the website, it's a little after.
Okay.
It's usually like a half second or a second behind compared to mobile, even on the regular drops. So.
And with this, you're screwed. By the way, I was looking at
like it'll come up though, but it will say failed. It will say failed payment, like usually, like every time, basically. So.
Like for everyone, yeah, because, yeah, it's definitely delayed. That's going to kill you, especially in this when you only have seconds. This drop is not going to matter because it's not going to sell out. I did want to talk to you about the pencils. So we talked the other day. Are they going to throw a curveball in the last few drops? But I didn't realize Wreck-It Ralph was the lowest minted pencil right now. So that's kind of the gatekeeper. And I guess we didn't know that when it first came out, right? So right now, it's only getting higher. It's getting worse, right? Like they're providing more and more. Right. But it's at like, what, $58 for Wreck-It Ralph. I checked this morning, 57, 58.
Yeah, it was up there.
Yeah. So now
Frozen was coming down, but that makes sense now if we know Wreck-It Ralph is
going to be the gatekeeper.
The key. Damn it, BE. We're sitting in our DMs like 2 weeks ago being like, man, $22, Mo, $23. They could go lower. They could go lower, and I'm sitting there going, I don't know, BE. You were like, yeah, I don't think so either. But did we buy a bunch?
No,
we didn't.
I could have bought 10. 10 would have been fine. I would have bought 10. Would have sat on them. Would have sold a couple. Like, when it got to
you would have sat on them. Should have sit on the rubber fucking piece, not the pointed end.
Well,
painful.
Some people like to sit on the pointed end. I don't know. That's just
rotate.
And rotate. Abdullah, you are in the house. Good to see you. Right now, we got a whopping, holy cow, I've never seen this. I mean, it's not that many votes, but on 10 votes, we've got 100% are not going for this. So, VeVe, if you're listening, just stop it. Just stop it, VeVe. You know what? Stop doing this. I can't tell you how to run your company, but I could help you run it a little better. But anyways, we got Bitcoin.
And for the 0% of you going for this, here's the mini fresh numbers.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you are sniping,
one person has to go for it. BE took about 7 minutes out of your day to make this. How long did it take?
Yeah, not that long. I don't know, maybe 5 minutes at most.
Well, BE took 5 minutes at most out of his day. So I hope one person goes for the drop and uses this. But right now, it ain't looking good. So.
No, if you go snipe the market, one of the things, maybe I should start going over real quick. If you want to snipe the market, I suggest that you make sure all your apps are updated. Just go to your Apple Store or your Google Play. Make sure every app is updated. Then I like to clear the cache and do I'll do a hard reset. I'm using my tablet. I revealed that the other day. Just do a hard reset. Come back in and you should be good to go. Of course, I like turning off the modem and resetting the modem and the router. That always helps. Today, you should be able to snipe a couple things. Just if you get
why are you lying to people, BE?
What, that they're going to be a snipe?
No, why are you trying to give them these? It's all subjective. Why don't you just tell them if you wear rainbow-colored socks, or maybe if you put underwear on your head and dance around, do a little rain dance, that'll help. I mean, besides resetting the modem, I don't know if any other that information is just like speculative. I've never.
Well, let me tell you my theory.
Besides resetting the modem, that I understand.
Well, definitely, if your Apple or your Android needs to be updated through the system, it definitely slows you down because it keeps sending something to your phone that you need to do it. So you're using some bandwidth there, and is that going to slow down your, is that going to make your ping go higher? I guess I don't really know. I just know by clearing your cache, by updating your apps, you have nothing communicating with something else in the background. And so that's the theory behind it. When I have
actually clearing your cache will actually create more communication on the back end, because it actually needs to update everything again for the apps that it deleted the cache for. So it actually it creates more stress on the processor.
Well, and I know you know more than me, but what I would say, and I understand that, right? Because when you have cache, it keeps pages in memory that you use, but you can just go right back into the VeVe app and you're right there. My point is all that other crap in there.
By the way, Chad, just filling time because this drop sucks. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it's good. Hey, Captain Obvious, Wolfie Buck, Barker, Big A, thank you all for coming by. Yeah, so that's what I do. I like to clear out the cache. I like to update the apps. I just don't want my tablet or phone communicating in any way in the background. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. I have videos about it, but basically just take everything off your tablet or phone that you're not using. Anything, or stop the communication in the background, the refreshing automatically. Anything you can do that for, turn it off. You'll do better at sniping.
And BE was nice enough to take off his tinfoil hat today to join us on the show and give us his groundbreaking tips. Thank you, BE, for that.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, listen, all that stuff is definitely helpful. I just would be shocked if 90% of that crap actually worked. And people talk about, not what you said, but just all the weird little stuff. Because like I said, put on 2 different colored socks so I could do a rain dance. And I mean, if it makes you think it's going to work,
What I will say is, when I did the secret rare, the AF-15, and got the secret rare, I had literally cleared my tablet and just completely did a factory reset and won it. So I can't say that could have been just.
Well, factory reset's a little different because you're wiping everything off.
Right.
I'm saying when you start removing caches and data, packets for packages for like apps on your phone. Those apps will, like I said, they will just constantly ping and be like, oh, I don't have the latest, like Google Maps, for instance. Try, or any map system, try just removing that from the back end and then just leave your phone. It'll sit there for like 4 hours just trying to, recalculating everything, retriangulating the fucking maps. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's other apps that do something similar. You know what I'm saying? If they realize that their cache and their back-end data is not up to date. So,
well, I think the problem on my end is I have a device that I basically use specifically for this. I have a few apps on there. I don't keep any apps. I mean, if you really want to do good at sniping, you're going to have a specific device just for that. So
that is true. I would 100% buy that. Yeah.
So
your tablet's not like my tablet where I have like
a million games on it.
Yeah, a million different games, apps. You know what I'm saying? It's
totally. So yeah,
and I'm just being facetious here, by the way, Chad. I'm just busting his chops. I'm in a ball busting mood. He's tired. I'm in a ball busting mood today. I just kind of felt like calling him out, but he is right though. You should do all them things because they will more than likely help you get drops, get rebounds, and BE is the man. I live on the PC. I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. So
well, and you do snipe well at the bottom. We got Bruin 88 in the house. Good to see you. Yes, I believe this is a skip day. We've got this might be the worst poll I've ever seen. 6% are going for this, and 95% said no. I will.
Normally I skip leg day, but today I'm skipping drop day.
This is a day. If you wanted to skip, this is not a day to feed the beast. This is like basically we need to tell VeVe stop it. I understand their obligations. They need to slow stuff down, stop dropping this crap because it's a waste of time. I will flip probably for about 5-10 minutes. If you are flipping, my suggestion, not financial advice, if you get a good number like 200, don't get greedy and be like, oh, I'm going to get $50. I'd throw it up for 15, 20 gems and get rid of it ASAP. I don't think you're going to get, this seems like the type of drop you'll get 10 gems for like a 200 and maybe 556 for the lower 3 digits. It's not, this is going to be a blood bath, I think, today. So we'll find out. We shall find out. Yeah, Alejandro, it should have been 3,500 and it still would have done bad. So, yeah, by the way, who is the guy going for this? Look at, quit doing math. Quit doing
Let's
math.
Go. Let's go, baby. This is why. This is why, baby.
Wait. Don't waste our time on that crap.
This is why.
Don't waste our time on our crap. Our crap.
No, fuck our crap. We're gonna check our crap a little bit. I'm trying to pump my bags, BE. That's how we do on the drop zone.
I'm talking about our horse. Our horse.
I know. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Why'd you spoil it? Why'd you spoil it? Look.
All right. Because I do a good job.
Look at this.
What do we got?
My boy just hit me up. So this horse just had its first win in his first race ever, and look who the daddy is, weekend moderator, ladies and gentlemen. So
Nice.
get out there if you got a LTS filly, get him out there because weekend moderator can breed with everybody. Has no siblings, is an only child, and no inbreeding penalties. So.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so helpful for my
whoring out your horses. That's always good.
They whore themselves out. I got 4 breeds while I was sleeping.
That
And I sold it. And I sold a filly.
Ahoy, ahoy, Denny OC. Good to see you. Yeah, this is the total skip. We've got one person going for this basically. And they're probably too afraid to tell us who because they're afraid we're going to make fun of them. I won't make fun of them. I will just tell them probably not a good one. I'm getting ready to mint my comment on Thursday. Yeah, for sure on Thursday. It's 10,000, so I actually think there's going to be a good chance. I wish they threw a curveball in and said you have to be KYC to do it. That would be my favorite thing ever. But
Tony says, how much would I have invested in photo finish? Up until recently, couple grand. Up right now, I'm up a lot.
Not financial advice, but he's doing very well.
Say I am up a lot of money. Let's just say that the crown token about 15x in the past week alone, and I was holding it since 3 cents. So.
He killed on that crown. By the way, Bob Sales is in the house. Thank you for dropping by. Always good to see you. And I still got to get back to him about the birthday special. I got to figure out how I'm going to do that with Shelby Cover. Maybe she's on and she can help me figure this out with you. Yeah, so I think we should tell. Yeah, so here we go. So guys,
there you go. Why don't you unveil the special new project we're working on here, B?
So yeah, so we took some of our donations and we decided we're going to make just more content with it. And so Mo helped make this happen. The biggest bro, good to see you, man. And we got the horse. He named it Drop Zone, very apropos. And yeah, we're gonna do great things. It's just a colt, but we've got big things. We're basically going to show you how to go from 0 to hero. And I don't know if we're calling the show Horse in the Race. I mean, we kind of like that, but maybe that's just way too.
I did like a horse in the race.
Yeah, so there you go. That's probably what's going to be. Yeah, right.
And now for today's episode of Horse in the Race with Skin and Bones.
So we'll probably be doing some streaming, guys. It's been hard for me. Like, I like the project. There's just a lot going on. There's a learning curve. I don't think it's as hard as I think. It's just I have to sit down and do it. So I think what we're going to do is we'll probably do some streams and basically tell you how to go from getting one to betting to breeding. I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to learn a lot, and we're probably going to start doing streams during the week with races and all of that, so you guys can learn how to do this. And again, not financial advice, but man, Mo has done like insane on the races, the breeding. Again, nothing's guaranteed, but the project's doing well. It's backed by, now they're not investors, right? Like NBC and Churchill Downs, they're just teamed up with them. Am I getting that correct, Mo?
Well, it's a partnership. I mean, they are invested. I mean, they are invested. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about like capital wise, but as far as like, lending resources and stuff like that. Exactly. I mean, I would still consider
it's
that
still freaking huge. No. I don't want to take. Yeah, no.
Churchill
I don't want to
Downs,
take away from it. Yeah.
Kentucky Derby.
Yep.
Twin Spires, the biggest national, casino branch in the freaking world. Okay, Twin Spires has casinos all over the world. Where right now you walk in there and you see regular horse racing up on the wall, but guess what? There's not always regular horse racing running. So. Right. A lot of times you're going to find that you're going to see photo finish up on these walls in the next year or two. And again, I don't want to really sit up here and be on a fucking podium or anything, but on a soapbox. But I've been talking about this shit since October, since a lot of you guys have met me. Okay? And for the low prices that I've been telling people to get in,
it's too late.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You guys watch me and Volk go through it. I know he didn't really care for it. He got out of it. Sucks to be him. But I told everybody else the same thing. Get in. Get your horses early, get your fucking profile pictures, and hit the track. And that's it. It was a very, very low income. And you could still get in for a reasonable price. Now,
that's a good question, because Backdoor Kicks wants to know. No. It wasn't him. It's Alejandro wants to know how much horses are going for. Because there's colts and fillies. Maybe you should explain the difference. By the way, just real quick, guys, I know you don't care. 942, if you do want to go for the comic and join the wait list, now is the time. All right, go ahead, Mo. Sorry.
Yeah, so Colts right now, I'm gonna run you probably anywhere. I mean, you can get probably a claiming horse for maybe 100 and change, but I'd probably stay away from something like that unless you just want something to watch run. If you want to try to make some money, it's probably gonna cost you about. I mean, probably about 300 and up for a Colt. I mean, the Colt that me and BE are using would probably run about that. Probably run about 250 to 300. But you know, again, if people are interested, hit me up. I mean, I'm breeding close to like 13 to 15 horses a month right now. So I am trying to at least get horses out there to people that I know for a fact, you know, just want to watch their horses run. So if we can work out some kind of deal, I'll pay the breeding fees, and you know, we got to make a little bit of money. But you know, if we can get horses out there, maybe for like 200 for colts, you know, we can try to work with some people. But if that sounds interesting to you, hit me up. And
Yeah, hit
I would
them
be
up.
more than willing to work with you.
And like I said, we're gonna work on doing shows that will be educational, and of course, I'll probably join Mo calling races just to hang out with him and learn with you guys. Because again, I know a little bit, but there's just a lot that goes into it, which is actually really nice. Uh, Whatever you want to do, whether you just want to breed or you just want to race, or you know, there's a whole bunch of different. If you want to stake, there's a whole bunch of different stuff. So we'd love to have you know, other people come and join us, and maybe those who join early, we can figure out something special for you on the show. I don't know, I haven't talked to Mo about that, but yeah, we definitely want to get more people involved. And because of the big, you know, I always talk about VeVe, how I like it because of their IPs. I like this because I feel like NBC is not going to waste their time. Churchill Downs is not going to give up their name. And they know this, even with the way the market is for everything, and even NFTs or digital collectibles, they still know that in the end, this is going to take over. So I'm excited. I know Mo's very excited because he'd rather do that than VeVe. So
I would rather do this and fucking breathe air nowadays, to be
right, I
honest.
know.
I mean, like I said, dude, every time I turn around, these guys are just fucking banging it out the park, man. Yo, listen, I've been getting screwed by video games for, you know, the past decade with microtransactions and this bullshit, you know, ecosystem that we live in. Then I'm looking at Web3 gaming and NFTs and getting bent over backwards. Coming into photo finish, which is why I was a little hesitant to go kind of balls deep. You know, but then I started calling races, and I was just like, well, you know what? No one else is calling races, so hey, announce a discount. Hey, you want me to do this? All right, don't pay me money, pay me in horses. Hey, you want this? Don't pay me in that, pay me in profile pictures. Hey, you want me to do this? Don't pay me in that, give me, you know, crown token, right? Take $500 a crown token, wait for that shit to hit 10x, ladies and gentlemen, do the math, all right? It's very, very basic shit. When things make sense, and you're convicted in these things, like me in horse racing or me in just common sense, sometimes you just gotta dive in. So, I am glad BE's kind of wants to jump in a little bit more here with me, and yeah, I'm hoping to see some more people in chat. Now, don't go in and go crazy. I'm telling you, this financial advice. This is financial advice. Do not go in now and go crazy, because now is not the time. Shit is hot. You want to get in entry level, come see somebody like me. If you really want to go for good horses, I'll put you in touch with the right people, but don't go on the marketplace and start just buying shit because you want to be involved in the project. You should have been doing that 6 months ago, when me and Vault were telling you guys. So just saying. Just be very careful if you're diving in now.
And I think if we cover some of this and you guys start learning what's going on and know what to do, that is probably the best way to do it. These things go up and down, but like, you know, we know, like with a Todd, right? Like it hits a certain point, it's not going to go below that, right? So it's catching on. People realize this is a big thing. So unfortunately, you're not going to get in at the very bottom. But right now it's high, and we don't know if it's going to go down. But if the market plays the way most markets do, it might come down enough to get you in. But I would want to know what to do, and that hopefully we're going to tell you. We got Rewind 2001 in the house. Good to see you. Mustus Pustus, Saving Gems for Adventure 1. Absolutely.
And
LU
Skippy
is in here. Thank you for dropping by. So yeah, just
but I would be curious of what Bob is saying, like, so because this is a question I get, or a statement that I see, maybe not a lot, but what does look overly complicated? Maybe because when you want to get into photo finish, it's like you can get in racing, you can get in wagering, you can get in, like, you know, BE was saying, you can get in all these different avenues. So my if that's what's, you know, overly complicated, I would say just what entices you the most. Do you enjoy watching the horses run? you enjoy just like the math on the back end of trying to breed horses together, and like I use all these breeding reports now and stuff like that, where I can see what the babies might look like ahead of time. So I mean, that's what I'd like to know. If
Well,
you
I
could
can
tell me
tell you,
that, Bob.
I'll tell you on my end.
Yeah, and you're
I
on
think it's
anybody's
just,
end, really.
I think it's, you go to VeVe, you go to Cryptoys, you buy it, you're done, right? Like if you want to go flip, or obviously in VeVe, if you want to go buy and flip and go into the market, all of that. This is completely different, right? Like this is literally uh you're betting on races, or there's so many components, and because if you don't know all the names of first, second, and third place, or you don't know all the different terms, and you got to learn all that, it can seem overwhelming for a lot of people. And it's not as complicated as we think. It's just somebody needs to break it down into like easy digestible bites, and then I think it's much easier. I think if you just go in and you're like, oh my god, I can do this, it seems complicated. And this is why I think what we want to do, kind of teach people how to do it. I think it's going to take away that fear, and let you know, because you got to put
It's
work.
fair.
Like you do not, like you don't just willy-nilly do stuff. Like you research and you do, and that's the thing that I think.
Oh, I spend like 10 hours a day
Right.
researching PFL.
So it's just not automatically getting lucky. There's traits and all of this. So I think that's the part, is just breaking them down into digestible bites, so it doesn't seem so scary. Kind of like when I've got a lot of stuff to do and I'm stressing, I just break it into small pieces, and get each one done, and then it's less stressful. So I think that's what it is. So he
Okay.
says the
Yeah,
racing
that's
thing, so
good. Yeah, and like I said, we could always go over it. Like I said, maybe if we do more, specific horse racing shows with me and BE, we can go more in detail. But just like real horse racing, you have your maidens, horses that never want to race. Then they kind of, usually move into like an allowance race or maybe a handicap race. If they're decent, sometimes people just want to get rid of the horse. Maybe it didn't live up to expectations. It didn't have the speed you thought it would. So then you put in a claiming race, and maybe you spent $200 on the horse. You put him in or maybe you want to put him in a $250 claimer. So maybe you make $50, but he doesn't like it. So next week you put him, next couple days later you put him in $150 claimer race. You're okay with losing $50. You watched him race a couple times, but maybe nobody claims him, and he wins the race, and now he wins $75. So now you could run a $150 claimer next time, and if somebody does claim him for $150, you actually made money. You know what I mean? So there's different ways you can kind of approach it. I don't like claiming races. I like to keep my horses and breed my horses. So I typically try to go for like mid-tier horses, not necessarily top tier, not necessarily claiming horses. But again, if you look at the sales page here, up until basically even the last week, even past couple days, you would see like maybe yesterday's sales on this page. Right now, we're lucky if we see the past few hours. These horses are flying, and we're talking insane prices, man. We're talking thousands and thousands of dollars for some of these horses.
crazy.
80,000 derbies is a grand. I mean, this horse is sold nonchalantly for 1,500. This one right here just sold for nearly 3 grand. This one here about 2 G's, this one here was about 5 G's this morning.
By the way,
about 4,000 there.
How many people?
Again, 5,000 here. So
That's
just
insane.
Yeah, just realize these aren't $5 fucking sales, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
That's just my point.
It's too late to get in at like $50 or whatever. But how many?
Well, you were never getting in on $50 for those horses, though. That's what people need to realize. Like the horses that I fuck with used to cost like $750 to $1,000. You know what I'm saying? And then they kind of came down to like the 300-400 range, and I was like, ooh, now's the time for me to kind of get in.
Maybe can you explain the difference between the Colts and the Fillies? We've got a few minutes here, guys. If you want to join the wait list, hurry up. You've got about 2.5 minutes if you're going to go for the comic. Right. 84% saying no, 16% saying yes. So go ahead. Sorry, because we don't care about this drop.
Well, I'm glad we get the updates. Yeah. So okay. So Colts and Fillies, obviously, one's a male, one's a female. Fillies a female. The Colts, when you retire a colt, you put it on the market. Okay, let me just show you. So you put it on the breeding market when colts retire, and you can breed them 35 times a month, whatever you charge. So, for instance, I typically charge the bottom floor price of $50 a breed for mine, because again, I don't have top class horses. So $50, we can breed them 35 times a month. Again, what the fuck was that? Some crazy fucking shadow just flew behind me, chat. Oh shit. Yeah, that was creepy, BE.
Yeah.
Like the sun outside my window just kind of like went behind the clouds, and it casted like this weird smoky shadow onto like behind my back. Oh, that just scared the crap. I thought someone was behind me.
Are you sure it's not the fried stuff you got?
Ooh.
Maybe.
No, bro. I thought it was somebody behind me for real. I freaked out and turned around. Holy shit. But anyway, yeah. So you can breed the colts 35 times a month, whatever you set the price at. But you don't keep the babies, so you just get paid. Whoever has the filly has to go to the colt, pay that money, and then you keep the baby. So that's why I try to collect as many fillies as I can. This way, when I breed like now 13 times a month, I get 13 new horses at the beginning of every season. So fillies keep the babies, but they cost a lot more money. And in real life, they're typically not as good of a racer as a colt. In photo finish, I don't necessarily know how true that is. We don't have enough data at this point, but I would assume that they're probably not going to be as strong as the colts in photo finish either long term. But yeah, so if you want to make money, probably go for a good colt. If you want to, build the barn out with, baby horses and you have some expendable income, then probably get a filly.
Where you're just breeding and all that stuff. And then also another thing, there's right turn, left turn. Maybe explain that a little bit.
Yeah, but you mentioned fried, so I had to.
Okay, he has to charge himself.
Yeah, I'm a fried guy.
Lucky bastard. That's funny. Yeah, so the right turn, left turn, depending on right, that's like their expertise on the track, right?
Right. So you have you got left and right, then you got the dirt and the dirt and turf, and then you have firm and soft. So basically, you have those are your three stats on a horse. I'll maybe bring up a horse that actually has stars. Okay, here we go. Let's bring up my boy Goodfella. We'll be racing him next month.
I'm gonna hop off here just so I can snipe for a few minutes. I'll be back on. Yeah. I won't be off very long though.
You're good.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna make that a little bigger so people can see it. Yeah, so as you can see, 3 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars. The max you can have is 9 stars. Then you have right. I said right, left. He's a right turf firm horse, which means if it rains on a track, he's not going to have as good of a run as he could have on a dry track, right? So these are things you want to pay attention to when you enter a horse in a race. But typically, if you go to a horse that you have that's ready to race, don't know if I do. Everybody might already be in a race. Jesus, this barn is massive. Okay. So you can hit find recommended races, and it will typically bring you into only what that horse likes to run. So left dirt, and you got to look at the weather. So, firm would be, 40%, 20%, 0%, means it's not going to rain more than likely. But it still could. You never know. So you kind of just play it, but...
You pick. So, there's the difference. By the way, Jeff, thanks for coming by. Yeah, this is the reason we want to do a show where people are going to actually learn how to do this, right? Me too. And just kind of break it down so it's not so it doesn't seem so complicated and get more people involved. Again, not financial advice. I just feel, again, with the backing, with the partnerships with NBC, Churchill Downs, the Kentucky Derby, from that, and which happens every month. It's an opportunity to get it. These things, again, are still very early, and they've already proven that they're doing well. Of course, it could go down. I don't see it doing that, but we never know what's going to happen. But it looks good. There's a good opportunity there. And I think it hits a lot of what people who collect NFTs want and people who play games and gamble and all of that stuff. So I think it's a good opportunity. Yeah.
The thing about stuff like this is I'll even, compare it to something like Recur, right? How long did Recur just struggle? And I think a lot of people knew it was struggling along. But how long did it struggle along before they finally closed doors? You know what I mean? So when you look at other racing projects in particular, it would take a lot longer for these to go under, because Zed Run made it like 3 years on life support. You know what I mean? And like I left Zed Run like a year and a half ago, so
Right.
you know what I mean. And it was like it wasn't even new when I found it. So I mean that game's been on running on fumes. So even if you did hit that point of like okay maybe for whatever reason it doesn't pan out, it would still be I would still feel like it had to be a few years. So I mean even getting in now for people that understand exactly maybe not the easiest way to make money, but just the best way to not lose money. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like play it smart. Like me and my uncle bought a horse. I give you a little redemption story here. Me and my uncle bought a horse together. It cost us like $400, $380. Called him Uncle Nose. In real horse racing, there's a horse called Uncle Mo. Now we're really not supposed to use like Hall of Fame horse names and like real horse names. They don't really like it. Actually, Hall of Fame names will just not go through. But I was like, I don't want to use Uncle Mo. So we used Uncle Nose, and it was the worst horse we've ever fucking seen. I felt horrible. I felt bad because the horse was actually good in the beta. He won the first race ever. He had like a 40% win rate. But then when the game went live, they re-rolled the tickets because they didn't want everybody to know what the horse stats were, so they wanted a little bit of variety. They re-rolled the tickets, and we just got fucked. He just doesn't like anything. And I felt bad. But the other day, I was like, you know what? Let's just shut him down. I bred him with one of my fillies. Now, again, the minimum price to breed is $50, chat, on the market.
Right. By the way, 30 seconds if you guys want to.
Yeah, 30 seconds per drop nobody cares about.
Right.
It costs you $50 minimum to breed on the market, plus a 20% fee that goes to the company, which I 100% agree with. So $60 is the minimum, which compared to other games as well is still super cheap. But if you own the colt and the filly, you could actually get away with breeding for $10 flat. If you put your horse up for $50 on the market, you pay 20%, which is the $10 fee, and you pay yourself. So you only pay $10. So basically, we took Uncle Nose, we bred him with one of my fillies for $10. Two horses that never won a race. Pumped out a filly, and I said, we'll throw it up for $400. And you know what? It fucking sold overnight. And now he's happy. He basically got his initial kickback, his initial investment back. I got some money back. Now we got some more money to throw back into more breeds, more horses. And the thing is, that filly, even though both of their parents never really did shit, we don't really know. Because a lot of the horses aged at 5.5 years old. Actually, they all did. They told us 5.5 years old. And both of those horses were retired at like way before that. So we don't really know how they did. Now this guy has a filly. This person has a filly. Now if he goes and breeds that with a really sick horse for like a couple $100, he may very well just catch the really good side of the genetics. And I'd be like, oh, we got one way with one right now, but he might be freaking having the last laugh, right? Like, we just don't know. So anyway, the point is, you get in now, you just kind of very cheap, figure out some ways to kind of race, have some fun, learn, and you eventually could do something like that. Just start breeding internally and helping out new people, coming in for a cheap price.
Yeah, and we even did that with Vault. We did the Dow. That did
anybody that's in there knows. Yep.
So I mean, you got plenty of opportunities to have fun, make some money. But yeah, I think it's fun because you could build up your stable and just have your sorry, I'm sniping here too, so I'm trying to do both things. But you could do, there's a lot that you could do, and I think that's why I'm excited to do this and see where it goes. By the way, the floor looks about $399. It's going to go below that. Not financial advice.
Refitted. Backdoor kicks. Good question. Will the profit go straight to your bank account when you cash out? So right now it's fiat. Well, you can use your card to cash in or deposit rather, kind of like VeVe. However, from what I understand, BMO just changed to Breeze or something, and I think they're re-enabling the cards. It's not on photo finishes, and it's whatever the people are. It was BMO, and apparently, like I said, they changed names or something this week. I just got an email, and somebody told me last night that I guess they're reinstating the cards. Now, as far as out right now, I cash out through my Phantom wallet to Coinbase, and then right to PayPal. It's free withdrawal. I always found that the cheapest. because it really cost me like nothing to really transfer back to Coinbase and then sell, and then it's free, cash out to PayPal. So that's typically the way I do it.
Is it
But
fast? Is it pretty fast process?
what, cash in and out?
Yeah, yeah.
Instant.
Well, there you go, guys.
Now, like I said, there's no cash out directly to your card or your bank account right now, and I'm sure I don't really know how that works actually, because I know like with VeVe and HRO and those sites, you have to do like the routing number and set that up, and I would assume they'll do the same here. But I know like BMO or whatever the hell it's called now, Breeze. When I would deposit with my card, it was instant. Like, just put the information in, bing bang boom. It actually even recognized my Google Pay info, which I liked. You guys know how I feel about that interoperability like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's instant, man. And like I guess cashing out right now for the normal person might be a little off-putting. So I understand that, but I tell with everybody else, if you're cashing out in this shit right now, why are you even here? Go get a job. You'll probably make the same amount of money, the amount of hours you put in.
Yeah, I mean, this drop is crap, by the way. Yeah, it's just all $1.75. So for sniping, be careful. Yeah. And we talked about the buy-ins for the racing. They're working. What's the minimum again on?
Oh, they're actually pretty good. Yeah, so they were fucking with me. I kept on trying to get insider info. They wouldn't give it to me. Which tells you how good they are, by the way, chat. They won't tell me shit. And I think I'm like one of their best assets. Yeah, so basically, they were like, oh, they're going to adjust some entry fees. And I was like, man, if you guys raise the prices, I'm going to be pissed. Because I got so many horses now. Oh, I can't afford it. But they were fucking with me. They were kind of like purposely just like not answering me or just ignoring me. Because they knew it would fuck with me. And I couldn't shit for like 3 days, if I'm being honest. But anyway, so the entry fees are actually relatively good right now. They lowered a lot for the juveniles, which, so when you first get a horse, right, you got to wait. The horse is born. You got to wait 2 months, then you can race it. So it's not like you just get it and then race it right away. Now, people that were around during the night at the races with Vault, back then it was a week or 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because a season was a week. It was accelerated. It ain't like that. This is real deal. So you got to wait 2 months before you can race the horses for the first time. That's why yesterday was a monumental day. It was the first time ever 2-year-old horses were ever running on Foals Day. So, but yeah, so entry fees right now relatively cheap. You can pretty much get in for like shit. I saw some races up here. Look, 420. I'm pretty sure they did that for me. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
420. So that's roughly what, like $5.25. That's damn good. 260. You know what I'm saying? Because again, if you're coming in spending, let's say, like $150 on a horse, you're probably getting like an A- or worse. And here you go. Here's a B- to A- maiden race, never won. 260 Derby to enter. So 80 Derby for $1. I mean, if you want to look and see how much it would pay out, I mean, listen, cost you less than it costs you about $3 to enter the race. You get some data on your horse, and if you take 4th place, you at least get your money back. If you win, yeah, you're getting over $20, almost 7 extra money. You can't really complain. So
can you sit
I really
back?
like what they're doing.
You can just sit back and bet though, too, right? Like you don't have to have a horse.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because Bob was saying, I think he was it Bob? Sorry. He was saying something about watching. Yeah, he said always enjoyed having a bet. Yeah, that was Bob.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, if you want to just wager, absolutely you could do that too. Again, not financial advice. I'm not the biggest wagerer on the platform. So right now you can see they added this recently. I like it. It tells you if there's any money in the pick pool. And I think this will probably be the biggest issue for Photo Finish because the amount of racing going off. It's going to be hard for people to really generate a lot of liquidity in the pool. So I think what's going to wind up happening is you're going to kind of have like these blocks of whether it's like people like me or maybe even BE, where because I know like Doughboy and Peeb and these guys, they get together on Photo Finish and they run like gambling blocks, right? So we need more people doing that. I'm not really the big gambler guy on that degree, so but I'm sure we'll have other people fill in that void, right? So you kind of want to look for pick pool. You see it here. Buddy of mine, MJ, who you guys may or may not have remembered from the flip. He actually has a really good website. See if I can bring it up here.
And that's the thing. Information is keen, right? Like just learning all this before you jump in, I think is important.
Right, and this is why it probably seems overwhelming, but at the same time, just isolate how you want to play it if you want to play it, right? Or how you want to join in. So, again, for me, I enjoy watching horses run in real life. It's super peaceful to me. And I just like to watch the horses run in photo finish. They run very realistic. The races are fun. I don't feel like they're like janky and robotic.
Actually, it looks really good. I actually like to watch people run away from the police, but we each have our own thing, but I can't get paid for that. So,
yeah, well, you would have liked watching me back in my teenage years. What's the statute of limitations?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think you're good. I think you're good.
Yeah, so this is MJ's site, mjinformatics.com, and he actually built this comparison tool for me, based on me actually pestering him, I think, on how do I scrape data, or how do I get data, and I don't think he wanted to tell me, so he was like, I'll just build it for you. Right. And then he kind of hung out in my kick chat, and he just kind of like worked out the kinks, and what we learned, this isn't going to work, because the horse has never ran before. But anyway, what you can do is you can come in here and take the horses' names, copy and paste it into his website, and it'll give you like a little race card where you can see like how many wins they have. You can compare them against each other horses. So we'll just kind of like take this. Yeah. A lot of these horses haven't run either, apparently. Yeah, so there's really a lot you can do with this. But this will kind of just narrow down all the horses, give you some graphs and charts, matching them up against each other. And this is stuff that would take so much time to do on your own if you want to handicap a race. And maybe VE will, start to get into this a little bit, and we can start to have some discussion about it. Just like real life, I handicap different than mostly everybody else I know in horse racing. And neither one of us are successful, or none of us are successful. But, you can just approach it from a different angle. So I'd be curious to see if anybody did get involved in that, to see how they do it,
Yeah, well, I think people would be interested in seeing how this plays out. And that's what we're going to do, right? We're going to see, I'm sure we'll make mistakes, but hopefully we'll win more than we lose. And we can show people kind of why it's a fun project and why it might be worth investing, I guess, because that's kind of what you're doing. You're not really cashing out.
Well, I'm not invested anymore.
Right.
I have $0 invested in photo finish at this point.
No, but I'm saying what you bought, what you bought, you're keeping, right? Like you're not going to just go sell all your stuff, which
Oh, yeah, you talk about the 20 PFPs, the bottom
right,
of like
exactly.
fucking 40 strong right now. Yeah, no, right. we're keeping everything because we're on a free ride, and that's what I'm trying to explain to people. Like,
right.
The entire goal should always be the free ride.
Of course, those results aren't guaranteed, but yes, that's the goal. And I think if you put enough time into it, you can make it work.
Right. Oh, that's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, got burned on VeVe. You know what I'm saying? I got lucky as fuck on HRO. And that's just what it boils down to. Then I got hosed on. God, I don't know, probably 2 other projects in between.
We all do, right? We all.
But that's the point, right? You just have to understand when you do hit, what I'm saying? Like cashing out and going and treating yourself out to a fucking night out in the town is just stupid. You know what I mean? Like redirecting that money to make more money and putting it to work again just seems the most logical to me.
Well, if you invested in this drop today, you would not be happy.
No, that's why I didn't.
Let's see. I grabbed one for $1.50, so I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can make a few pennies. Nothing big, no good mints. But I figured, why not pick up? There's not many on the market, guys. This I don't even know if 1,500 have sold. So Yeah, this is not a good drop. But if you could drop a foal, that would be right. Great. We could have been doing that
Well,
too.
you don't want to drop a foal. That'd be animal abuse. But yeah. No, it's like I said, man. It's just one of them things. For me personally, I've been very convicted about it since the get go. I get a weird feeling. Well, I've always gotten a weird feeling when I look at photo finish. Again, it's just like an internal vibe, man.
Well, I mean, you believe in it, right? Like, of course, that's going to help believing in the project. But just from what I've seen, and even me, like the Dow bred a horse, and we made, and of course, this is not guaranteed, but we made 400, or we sold it for 400. So that was a pretty good. I thought that was
Yeah,
a
wasn't
pretty
that the
good run.
second one? Wasn't that
Yeah,
the
that was the
second
second
foal?
one.
That was the second
Yeah,
foal that sold from her. I think the other one sold for 400 too. Even though
exactly.
nobody was paying attention at that time, and I get it. Like I said, I have 5, 6 different syndicates, man, and like some days they're hitting me up angry as shit, and other days I'm like, yo, the fuck you guys want to do? And if they
Right.
don't, they don't respond in time, I give them two options. You either get nothing off this baby or this foal, or I just give you back your initial investment, and I'll
Then
just
you
pay
can
you
walk
out. See
away.
you later,
Right.
and you're gone. And I've bought out 3 different syndicates and brought in new ones the same day because I don't care. The plan is not to keep recruiting you guys and recruit my friends for me to run their shit. Like that's never the idea. The idea is for everybody to come in on one horse together, realize that holy shit, this is crazy cool, and I kind of want to do this on my own. And then they hit me up and they say, "Yo, Mo, listen, I made my own account on PhotoFinish.live. I got my own free horse. But you know what? Okay, cool, that's awesome. So maybe let's give us 3 months. We'll keep racing the Dow horse, and then okay, cool. Let's say I'm just gonna throw out a name. Bob Sales wants to get a horse with us. We're all on a horse together already. So 1 month we just all make an agreement that we sell it at a bare minimum price, and we just move it to that person's barn. And now they have a horse in their barn. And again, the ones that don't want to partake like that, you just give them back their initial investment. See you later.
Can we call our
Um,
next horse with no name? Could we do that? I've
I
already taken.
It's a good question, but either way, we're never gonna. I mean, I have a shit ton of really good names for our horses potentially if we get a filly,
Cool.
but I'm not gonna say a single one of them on stream.
Yes, I would agree. Probably not a good idea. Nobody's buying this comic, guys. So be careful if you're buying to flip. Like I made like I don't know 70 cents on a comic. Woohoo!
Yeah.
What can I do on? Can I buy like a bag of peanuts at Churchill Downs for that?
Ha. No,
So
I'm saying, man. It's just there's a lot
and
of good
also tell
opportunity.
them. And every month is a year. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah. So horses basically die when they're 25. They can race until they're 9. So they're born at 0. You wait 2 months. It's 2 years. So yeah, 1 season is 1 month equals 1 year. Uh, so basically, the timeline is horse is born, wait 2 months, can race it from 2 until 8, 7 months, and then at 9 it will auto retire. However, most people will be shutting their horses down early for a multitude of reasons. One, if it's a filly, you're going to want to breed that and then start pumping out more babies, which not only might make you money and get your initial investment back, and then some, it also allows you the opportunity to help grow the ecosystem early on, which I think we all have really done a good job of, the early people. Because we all could have kept on racing our fillies, but we would have only had 300 new horses. Instead, everybody kind of made the gentleman agreement and the lady agreement to just shut everybody down early, have 1 or 2 bad months of nobody on the track, and we got through it. Remarkably, without anybody getting severely hurt. Because I thought it was going to be fucking bloodshed, I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I thought it was gonna be bloodshed.
It
'Cause that's
started off a
hard.
little testy, bro. Like, at first, people didn't know how to handle it. And I was like, yo, everybody just relax. I'm like, go get a fucking job. Who knew some people would take us literally? I almost went and got a real job. I was like, for 60 days, I actually have to like go do something with my time because I can't sit around and wait for these babies. Like, I had these brand new
Right.
horses. I just couldn't wait. And then yesterday was finally the day. you know. But I was joking around about that for so long. And that was again, I was like 2.5 months ago. I'm like, I'm just gonna leave. I can't wake up and like stream photo finish when there's no racing, right? Like, how do I do that?
Yeah, that was crazy. Now, is that ever going to happen again?
No, it can't. It
It
can never
can't.
happen again.
Right. That's
No.
what I was thinking. Right. Because
Well,
you're always going to have.
it can happen again if the game ever completely just went under. But again, I don't even want to think about that road because it just seems illogical at this point to even, again, Crown token up like over 10x, even the Degen token tied to MVP, which is like their sister project, where it's more like you get like an office or a suite, and like we could actually host.
Sorry, bad snipe.
We could actually host the drop zone from inside of our MVP suite and invite people there, but you can only have a certain amount of people.
Is there air conditioning?
Anyway. Yeah.
Right.
But there's no tables.
No tables. What?
Nah. Yeah. So anyway, I'm saying everything's just up, everything's just cruising. Again, and the team behind this project. We even talk about that. Ian Cummings. This man, people may or may not know this. He is involved and he's behind the biggest single innovation to Madden football. The hit stick. Anybody that played Madden football on Genesis and in early PlayStation days, even when we had analog sticks, will remember that there was no hit stick until 05. And the man behind Photo Finish is also the man behind the hit stick. So think about that. Think about the mindset. Think about the innovation. I'm hoping to really, really sit down with him one day for like a deep dive interview. My dream is to have me. I think B actually needs to be there after seeing his interview skills. But I would like to do a Skin and Bones CEO show with Will and Ian. Because not only do they both run incredible projects, they have very, very similar roots and their stories are similar. They're both also very huge Miami sports fans. So there would be a lot of good conversation there.
Yeah, I'm game for that.
But yeah, right? I mean, because I was kind of joking around about it. But then I'm like, shit, man. Did anybody in chat, did you guys witness the greatness that was BE in that interview session the other night on the Cubathon? No. You don't, BE, you don't understand. Like he probably just thinks I'm just trying to be funny right now, but he really doesn't understand. I got phone calls and text messages from people and DMs that have no idea who the hell he is. Like just regular people I know that may tune into my shit every now and then. And they asked me, they were like, "Where the hell did you get a guy so professional?" I'm telling you, man. Like the questions, the segues, just keeping it moving and being aware of everything, man. It was so good, dude. You have no idea.
Well, the reason we do this together is because we assist each other, right? Like, so that makes it very easy to get through interviews and stuff like that. So it did flow well, and of course we prepare. It's not like we just throw this together and.
Oh, you prepared. I had nothing to do with that. Stop trying to give me any sort of credit for this.
I just mean for the show to work out as a whole, we do prepare.
This is your moment. Right now, you're in the skibby toilet.
Yeah, right? I, as the biggest bro said, I killed it. And I see Shelby Cobra said, "Why hit the desk for a crap drop?" I agree. Let's see. Oh, I didn't see KCBMW. Yeah, that was it. Did you get that, you fucker?
Yeah.
Because I like clean numbers like that. That's funny that KCBMW knew which one. Yeah, it's not even really worth that. Yeah, I know, right? It's not
69,
even.
Dude.
See, KCBMW would grab that and leave in his collection, and that's one that I would leave in my collection too for that price. So, anyways.
I don't know if he's modest, Fromy. Shout out to Fromy, by the way. Fromy, you ever want to come on, man? Listen, if anybody in the chat, actually, I know some of you guys, do shows, do content. I mean, if you guys ever want to come on the morning shows, I mean, feel free to hit either one of us up. We'll get you guys a link. Sure. There may be some days where we just have some other things planned, but, I mean, obviously, we can always get it popping with a little early morning panel, a little EMP.
Oh, for sure.
Like what I did there? The EMP, bro, the early morning panel.
Right.
Oh shit! Man, I really should have been in
You just,
advertising.
yeah,
My
I
boy
mean, you
tells me this
just,
all the time, bro.
all these gems that you just keep throwing out for free.
For free too, because they're just off the riff, bro. It's like, fuck.
Oh, I see the guy who got it. David Capon. I don't know. He's on here a lot. So F you. See, and here's the thing for when Casey BMW steals the snipe from me, it actually makes me feel good because he is one of the best collectors and best snipers. And he's in this project, right? Like he is, I think he just hit 50 on the score. I thought he would have been already at 100, but he doesn't ever sell. I mean, he does sell for gems to buy other stuff, but man, he's a definite VeVe player. So I'm always happy to have him beat me in a snipe because I know like that's his thing. He keeps it, uh, and yeah, so I like that. But he didn't get that one, unfortunately. So it was another sniper. I'm not doing good at all today. I mean, I did grab the $1.51, but yeah, who cares?
All right, and that sniper event update was brought to you by BE live from the Skivvy
Yep.
toilet. Broom wants to know if we're buying a horse together, how do we go about it, Mo? I mean, like I said, the plan is with the skin and bone stuff with BE. I mean, Drop Zone is there. He's a cult. I think me and him are gonna work on, doing a Philly there. And I would think that the idea would be for the first baby horse that comes out would be to start trying to find out who wants to get involved at that point. Because again, that's pretty much going to be the beginning of the series, right? Which we're trying to create like a long term series, of content here. So I think the beauty of Photo Finish is that there's no other game, there's no other project in the world, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. Where people will be able to hand down horses and these assets to like their generations, their kids. We might have people 20, 30 years from now that could be racing a horse, that's winning the virtual Kentucky Derby and then talking about how the horse was originally inherited from, their father who was bred down from the, generation because he was an early degenerate on Photo Finish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Nate, find me another project, find me another game that's going to build this type of lore and build these types of storylines because it doesn't exist. But it exists in real horse racing. These connections, these bloodlines, they exist on a daily basis. And they're passionate, they're emotional, man. They're strong. So the plan that would be the ideal plan. So long-winded answer, I'd say in the next 30 days or so, probably beginning of next season, we may be looking for our first round of Skin and Bones baby backers.
Baby thing, or maybe we'll do some Patreon thing or something. I don't know to get into it. I don't know. We really haven't even discussed. But
well,
yeah,
so that was the plan. So the plan, yeah, we maybe we should talk about this to get some feedback. Because a good idea, I think, I know, because there could be some confusion where people come in, people come out, who's on this, who's on that. So,
right.
Ideally, I think maybe even a 10% ownership, minimum of some sort, where maybe or if we have 5 people per se, I think we'll be getting it a little bit cheaper. So let's just say we had 5. We could just mint 5 Skin and Bones logo NFTs. You know what I'm saying? And I could actually put the name of said horse on the back of the NFT. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then we know who actually has the ownership. Like, if you sell it, you better transfer the freaking thing, or better, collect ownership of that NFT, right? Because we're not gonna really track the ownership like that. So basically, be like, whoever we run a scan of the wallets, whoever owns this NFT is gonna get that cut. You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
So I mean, that could be one way to do it. We could fraction it out that way. Plus, you guys, whoever owns it, we get a cool Skin and Bones 3D NFT. Again, horse's name like etched on the back or something. So
yeah, I mean, we're playing a bunch of cool stuff that I think you guys that will add value and all of that stuff. So, and plus, you're going to learn, and you get all the smarts of Mo knowing this market. Obviously, that doesn't guarantee anything, but knowledge guarantees that you're going to increase your luck, right? So
Well,
that's the key.
I told I had people asking me early on that wanted to get in that don't really that a lot of them live day to day and paycheck to paycheck, if that, right? Those people I could never really be like, all right, let's go in on $1,000 horse together.
Right.
Because if I fuck myself, I have so many. You know how I live, bro. I have so many outs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it's not detrimental to me. Like financially, it'll kill me. But like, I'll bounce back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every time I hit the floor, I bounce back higher. So I just right now I feel like this is what I'm telling everybody, man. Like my uncle, again, we just bred a filly, sold it. Now me and him have money for breeding for like the next 6 months. My homie Ricky, same thing. We were getting fillies 3 months in a row. I was like, yo, let's just sell one, man. Sold it for like 600 and change.
That's
And
just
now,
crazy to me.
yeah, and now we have money, and now we have money for 6 months. So it's like, for the next 6 months, I don't have to go to these guys and say, oh, time for money again. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get horses every month. And if we could do it, we could sell them again. So for people like in chat, for coming with us, I mean, I could even see it being like 4 or 5 people coming in for, $40 to $50 at a clip, And
now, do the horses?
Who
just
knows?
Real quick, do
or
the
maybe even
horses,
25. Who knows?
Do the horses can their stats improve? Like, can
Oh,
you?
actually, absolutely. You can breed up. You can breed up in photo finish. You can't breed down. Well, I mean, you can breed down if you inbreed, but you can breed up.
Right.
Zed Run, you could never breed up. They force you to breed parallel.
Interesting. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's pretty cool how it all works. I think I asked you? You might have answered. I might have been typing. Do you know how many people are actually active?
There was a lot. I don't. I mean, it probably shows a way to get an active wallet number, but as someone who has been around since day one, and I'm also a moderator in their channel, the amount of like the leaves, like when new people join Discord, it's got those little leaves next to their names.
Oh, right.
The amount that come in, and usually when I see that, I'm like ready to ban them. So I'm like, oh, it's a bot, it's a scammer. They're gonna try to like change their name to one of us and impersonate, like the normal Discord shit, right? But it's crazy, dude. For like the past, holy crap, I'd say from the Derby back in April, it's just like every day I feel like there's just new people. And then about a month ago, one of the biggest guys from Zed, GBG, put up a contest or whatever, or a promotion. Anybody that comes over and makes a new barn and buys a colt, or buys a filly rather, he's like, I'll give you your money back on your first breed with my colt. This way they were able to get a filly, shut it down, breed it, and get a free, like really nice baby horse to start their photo finish career with, So, and that brought in, that might have been the pivot, man, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it was it was like Verizon buying your AT&T plan, right? Like it was a get out of jail free type thing.
Yeah, listen, I don't ever want to take anything away from GBG because I respect the fuck out of that, what he did. A lot of other people jumped on board and they were like, hey, we'll also match his offer, which really more power to them. But at the same time, we also were hitting that point of like, okay, we're getting out of the dark days of racing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Again, I don't. Maybe it does sound like I'm trying. I'm not. I don't want to take anything away from him because again, that was massive what he did. But it just also happened to be the very, very like convenient time when we're like also pivoting back to like hype again. Again, it's very similar to the VeVe-verse. You know what I mean? Like you saw how everything just really pumped super quick. Like when the VeVe-verse was start, people got access to it. It's like, real racing starting up in 60 days. Like. And then GBG came out with the announcement. It was just like one big, perfect, series of events, I guess.
Right.
But that was monumental. I mean, they have races named after him on After Dark. So.
By the way, we got Jimbo Lee. Oh,
$1
so. Comic. Damn it, Jimbo Lee in the house again. Like I always say.
What up, Jimbo?
He screwed me on my 333 witch. I sold it to him. I think I sold it for 150 and I've regretted it ever since because it was like the first like very low mint Disney type thing. So maybe he sold it, maybe he still has it. Yes, sour grapes on my end on that, but he got a good deal. So, anyways, that's it. Um, I'm just reading what we got here. So I went for a high 3 digits for 2 gems and mint 1040 opponent. Nice. All right. Well, I sniped a couple things. I'm even, and I've got 1 comic, so not doing great. But I'm not at 0. I guess that's good. There's just this is such a hard market to buy and snipe. Now you've sniped you've sniped Phillies before, haven't you?
No, I feel bad, man. I feel like a lot of these snipes that I would get would be people trying to move horses cheap, which I don't necessarily condone either. I keep telling people I'm going to catch one of you guys one day trying to move a horse cheap for like $10, and you better hope I like you, and you better hope you weren't one of those people talking shit about me behind closed doors that I know about either, because I'm telling you, those people will not be getting their fucking horses back, and you can make me the fucking villain. I don't give a shit. But yeah, I don't really snipe on there because I feel like most of the snipes are just gonna be like screwing people over.
Now, is that good in? How does that work in all the markets? Europe, Canada. Is there any restrictions?
I mean, so there are restrictions when it comes to racing and wagering.
Just real quick, so people know what we're talking about. Maybe pull up the PFL. We're talking about photo finish live, guys. So if you don't know, you were talking about horse racing and the show that we're going to be doing, and Mo's just going over stuff. Sorry to interrupt you. I just want to make sure everyone knew what we were talking about.
Yeah, no, good call. I was just segueing. Well, I was thinking about something else in my brain. Excuse me. What the fuck was that? Now you fucking derailed me. What the hell was I even saying?
You think I can multitask? I can only stop you and tell you to do it. I'm completely lost, brother. Chat, help us out.
Oh, sniping field. No, sniping the market.
Fields. There you go.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like I'm screwing people over if I do that. So you said how the markets work. So racing and breeding.
Oh, different countries. That was it.
Yeah. So there is a map. I need to fucking find it actually. I need to keep it bookmarked because it is important.
Yeah, because we're not everything's about the United States. We think it is.
Right. Well, I'm pretty sure racing. I've never heard of anybody outside of the United States not being able to race, but there are some racing restricted states inside the United States. It's very few. Now there are more states where you can't wager. That much I know. Somehow, some way, New York's actually okay to do it. I mean, outside of that, it would be a shame if you were in a state where you couldn't race or wager, and it would really be a shame if you just downloaded a free Chrome plugin called Windscribe. It's like a free VPN, I think. It'd really be a shame if that happened. I wouldn't even know what to tell you.
I mean, nobody does that. And why
I mean, that would just be absurd. It never happens. But yeah, so I mean, you know, sometimes you got to take a little road trip, you know? But anyway, so yeah, basically there's a map. I'll try to find it here. But either way, always check in the Discord first before, you know, buying anything, racing, if you want to get more information.
For sure. Yeah, because, you know, we got a lot of people. By the way, Dr. Strange, good to see you, man.
Strange in the building.
In the building, yep. Just real quick so we can do our ambassador stuff, and then we'll come back to PFL. As everyone might or might not know, Cryptoys, I got that. Cryptoys is gonna have the Mickey Mouse and Friends drop. I'm excited about it. We don't really know.
So everybody in, I gotta take this call. Be right back.
Okay, yeah. We don't really know what's gonna when it's gonna drop exactly, other than it's gonna happen this month. So that's a good one. Hold on. No. I'm not going to get this. It was like 1991 for $1.50. Crap. F you, Casey BMW. Anyways, so we've got, they're going to do that drop. It's going to be Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I know a lot of people are like, well, I can't do this. There's no market. I think they've been clear that there's no market until 2024. I know they're working on it, and it's hard for people in this space to put money in, but I see a very different, bigger picture, and I don't really like to compare to these other projects. So I'm excited. I don't know how you guys feel. Mo is gone, as you can see. He's got no emotion. His eyes. I don't know what the heck happened. Are you back? They're going on and off now. He's really starting to freak me out here. Um, maybe he's getting coffee. Are you there, Mo? And I guess the question, maybe his cat took over his computer. I don't know. But anyways, uh, I'm interested in the chat. Are you excited about the Cryptoys drop announcement for the Disney for the Mickey and Friends? You know, what do you guys think? Yeah, the shadow did get him. Good call, Shelby Cobra. Yeah, what do you guys think? You know, I know, is this the FA Mickey? It's it, what is this? What does this mean to you guys? I like for me that doesn't even matter because I think their goal, if you look in their white papers,
I
is to
literally told you I was taking a
gamify all this.
call. The fuck?
No, but then we started seeing your eyes and stuff, so I wasn't sure.
Well, yeah, because I'm sitting here taking a call. I'm
All right.
leaving the fucking room.
You were freaking me out a little bit.
Well, that was intentional, but now it'd be weird if I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee," and my eyes were still like, dude, then I'd be concerned, like, who the hell was in here? You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. So Ronnie Lido, let's see, he's not impressed, which is cool. Everyone is entitled to and there's a lot of people who have their say of why they don't like it. Is there a reasoning that you're not impressed? Because what I can say is that they do listen to everyone. Ooh, I got that. Wow. Okay.
They also have the best ambassadors on the planet. Just saying.
Right. I mean, that right there is a given. If it wasn't for these two amazing ambassadors,
Hashtag ad.
hashtag ad, guys. Yes, we are ambassadors. If you
Hashtag when can I run around as my Grail Luke?
right. Well, they're working on that. Let's see. I
Can't
want to be a rapper.
nonchalantly. I just opened his ass on the Cubadonna. The next day, I actually came to my senses and I'm like, what an idiot. What the hell was I thinking? Like, I should have stuck to the original plan of like, we're just not going to open two. I was like,
I told you. I mean, and then you
I
tried
know,
to do
but
some weird.
I wanted to spice it up. I feel like chat wasn't entertained. You know what I mean? I feel like they were bored out of their freaking mind.
Yeah, and they may have been. They may have been. I'm not sure where I stand with it yet, but it's fun in the team scenes. And that to me, yeah, and I understand the originality. I think for us though, it's where they talk
Maybe
about
some originality. What, are you crazy?
it's the gamification. Oh my lord, I'm not gonna be able to snipe it.
I mean, listen, I don't really want to be a shill. Again, this is why the ambassador thing kind of weirds me out sometimes. But I mean, they do have the originality. I mean, this whole thing was based on one of their own fucking custom IPs of ZUFO.
Right.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, like this is what they built this entire project on, and then floated it to other IPs and got He-Man and Star Wars and now Vicky. I mean, I don't know.
What impressed me, and I kind of wish VeVe would do it, and I'm not talking bad about VeVe. I just wish they might actually turn down IPs. We found that out on the Cubathon that they've actually turned down. Now they didn't tell us what, but they said they were fairly, a bigger IPs. The fact that they can do that they're going to focus and that they're not dropping stuff every week is great. I think people sometimes are wary of timelines, but sometimes you got to believe in projects. And another thing they said is, the first ones they're dropping are the most expensive. And this is very common for businesses. The thing they brought up was Tesla and their first, Roadster being 150,000, and then as more people adopted, they provided an opportunity. Oh, I didn't get that. They provide more opportunity for others to come in, and they talked about all that, how they're going to onboard new people and stuff like that. Let's see. Shelby Cobra, they're giving away a full set. I guess we're going to have to, and I just missed a snipe. Crap. Oh no, I got it. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to look into that. We'll do a tweet for that, the giveaway. I'm just trying to snipe here too, and I'm actually grabbing a couple things that I probably won't be able to sell. But thank you, wifey, for staying on top of that.
Can't sell anything these days.
Yeah.
And today, for anybody that may be playing along at home, the last Well, actually, the full Superman craft is today. Opens in 3 hours, 17 minutes, 3 p.m. Eastern. Uh, you had to collect the last 4 superior puzzle pieces, which were quite expensive, actually. I know this because I had to burn a shit ton of my original. Nah, I didn't burn any of the first digital set, but I had so many like those weird pride cards and shit that I'm like, whoever wants to watch Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn like kissing, like, who wants
Oh,
this
is
shit?
that
So I
what
just
it
burned it.
was? I didn't even know that that was the. I
Oh,
have
the
like,
Pride set. Oh, the
yeah,
Pride set was wild. Yeah,
I think I have a free one. I just never opened it.
yeah, it was. I mean, it was fucking rabbits and rainbows. And I mean, listen, it was
To each
cool.
their own.
There was stuff. Yeah, there was some cool cards on there. But I mean, I guess it just helps the value if I burn them, right? So.
Probably. Let's see here. I'm just lowering prices on my stuff here. Um.
But you get
Sorry, guys.
legendary Superman today if you
Oh, that's what I want to
there's
ask
only
you.
there's only
Was
500 available.
wasn't there a mistake that happened? Was that on the Superman, or am
So
I?
that was like a time capsule thing yesterday that I actually forgot about. So I'm kind of glad that it glitched out.
And so when's that
But
going to happen now?
September 5th.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was like September 5th. I got an email for it this morning.
Yeah, well, you know what
But
we got coming up is September 14th. That I'm excited about. The uh
uh
the Batman 1. Not on, yeah, not on
yeah.
HRO.
No, yeah, no, Palm. Oh, dude, yeah, Batman #1, massive. It's gonna be such a huge week, man. Football starting up too. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Superman #1. God, hope. I mean, Batman #1.
Yes,
Hopefully.
Superman #1.
Yeah, I already got that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting, right. I'm waiting. Let's see. I need to burn 100. Is that 15,000 points? Huh. Well,
Have you been collecting these pieces, B?
I have not. I tried to do
Oh.
that last one and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. It's just I still have a ton from the original hybrids that I never even entered into the system. So I'd probably be like an OG if I entered those in. Although I didn't have any mythics or anything like that, but I did have a ton of packs that I bought and never
You
entered
would
them.
get points for scanning in, but you what you really need is the digital cards to burn, and you can't burn the hybrids, so
Oh, you can't burn the hybrids. Why is that?
just can't. You can only burn the digital drops.
What a joke.
Yeah, you gotta have one of each piece, and then the oh wait, Ronnie Live was saying is one of each piece and completion cards. Oh, you talking about for the crafting leaderboards? Gotcha. And yeah, I guess they can't burn because of the physicals, like whatever. But either way, if you want to get points quickly by burning, just look for the digital drops. So the prices on these cards, though, if you wanted to get it today, you'd have to spend 5, 10, 18, 31. I mean, you basically spending $32 plus another. You said cost them $22 to get the 15,000 points to burn. So I mean, you would think this card's gonna be valued at least around 75 from the rip. There's only gonna be 500 available. Harley Quinn's only at 19.
Oh, really?
There's only 791 circulation. So, and I don't think you can craft these anymore. So that means there's only ever going to be 791.
See, that's the problem. If you wait until the day of crafting or close to, you're kind of in trouble. You're too late.
I guess. I mean, unless you had enough to get the 15K, save $22, and then you just spend whatever it is, the fucking. I say it was $29, $28 for the 4 puzzle pieces. So really not that bad.
Where did I get this from? So I'm just looking at my snipes here. I got 895. Trying to figure out what to sell this for. Who wants to buy my 895? I'm gonna put it up for a good deal. I think I could be wrong. I think it's a good deal. I'm gonna put it up for 399. This should sell pretty quickly. because I just don't give. See if that sells. All right, $3.99 from a crap drop, guys. 3-digit. Please, this is the only time I'm gonna ask you to buy it. No, I'm kidding. Don't buy it.
Yeah. Oh, the pride and joy of the
Yes.
account, and it could have been the best, maybe some of the most profit I have ever taken until PFL recently. But the rise and fall of the Joker. I'm gonna write a book about that whole series of events one day.
You can't win them all, though. Can't
Well, I
win them
know
all.
it's a lesson. A lesson.
It's a yeah. I mean, basically, the problem is you get stuff like Luke here and there, and you're like, well, I'll just sell, and then all of a sudden it goes insane, right? So that's what everyone's waiting for. And I'd say over the long run, if you just get it and sell it, you're going to be better than if you try to wait for that big one.
Yeah, but this was
Not
the one time that I got my girl to drink the Kool-Aid. The one fucking time, because I always stated, I'm like, gotta get out at a certain point, and these Jokers, man, they were selling for like 3,500 all day. And the floor price was 4,800. So I was like, man, I could just come in, swoop in at 35, this thing will go fucking instantly, right?
right.
My boy's telling me the same shit. And I never forget it. The one time my girl disagrees with my other degeneracy, and she's like, well, you know, babe, when they think of, Batman, right? They think of the Joker, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's exactly right. I mean,
And
think
we
of
rode-
Batman number
We rode
one,
that
right?
bitch. I know.
Joker
well, no.
FA. Joker FA, right?
Well, that's Joker FA, yeah. And I'm like, I get it. So we rode that bitch from 4,800 to 269 together. Holy crap.
Oh, wow.
But like I said, without that burn, I don't know if I would have made the other moves that I made in Rainmakers, in my later days of HRO. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I would have made the strong moves that I made to get me where I'm at right now. So
that's probably it sounds about right. By the way, so I'm just going to read this off, guys. I'll put a link or we'll tweet this out. So there is a sweepstakes on Cryptoys. You've shown us so much love and excitement for Disney Mickey and Friends Cryptoys drop. So we're giving away a 20 toy pack and 5 toy pack prizes to our fam. To enter, register your email and opt in here. Let me see. I'm going to put this in Discord. I don't know if this will work, Mo, but let me put this in Discord. Maybe you can pull this up. We'll see here. Give me just a second here. But anyways, yeah. So if you guys, you might as well join. I mean, see what happens.
oh, I had this card. I got number 440. 469
Which one is
bucks.
this?
Big Barda.
Sell it.
Epic.
Yeah. So okay. So if you look, the sweepstake link is in there. So yeah, guys. Actually, I guess I could put it in there. Let me pull this up. I had my minty fresh numbers up, which
you can put it in chat, but I can pull it up on stream at least.
Oh, yeah, I'll put the link in chat, guys, and then he can pull up the.
Yeah, BE handles all that weird pat posting and chat bullshit. And I handle all the visual because I can't jump back and forth like that because it would just be annoying.
So there you go, guys. At ad, we are ambassadors, although we don't get anything off of this, but for your enjoyment, free to join. So go ahead and join that. You might as well. If you're not into it, go ahead and join it. Maybe you'll win and they'll pull you in. Oh wow, Tony Dulce, look at that. Wreck-It Ralph pencil is going for 65 now. It was just at 58.99.
58,
so,
yeah. We
got to stop talking.
Yeah, it's the it's the drop zone effect, man. I'm telling you.
I honestly don't like pumping stuff. I think it's not good, but
pump up my bags, pump them up. Wow, the VeVe's pumping.
Right. Yeah.
Get your Mickey out on the dance floor. Crank it up just a little more. I'm a lot of words for that. Way too fucking lit to be writing parodies on the fly.
You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, man.
How good is that song, though, man? Remember that song?
Oh, of course I do.
Get your buddy on the bus.
So, by the way, we got a strike on our I forgot what we did. We were at 12 seconds, 2 seconds over, and they got us.
For what?
They got us. I forgot what song it was. You played something on there, and I think like 10 seconds is okay, right? But like 11 and a half, forget it.
Wait, I played a song?
Yeah, we played a video and it popped up. I don't remember what it was. It's happened twice. It's no biggie. It's just yeah. It was funny because you're like, "Oh no, don't worry. Fine, 10 seconds." And it like said like 12 seconds. It gives you the exact time that we did.
Oh, if I told you, if I
I'll
said
show it
that
to
though,
you.
it was just
It's no
yeah. If I
biggie.
said that, it was just couldn't avoid talking about it. I didn't actually know the time.
Right.
I smoke way too much fucking.
He's fried. He is
Yeah, way too
fried.
fried to keep track of time. Let me tell you. Am I the only one that's like that? Like I just feel like oh man, it feels like an hour, and I'm like, holy shit, it's like Tuesday already.
All right, nobody's buying my whatever, so let's just lower it. 385.
Where the hell is that soup? Oh, it's in here, I think. Trying to find that Superman #1 or Batman #1 card on each show. I want to see if it pumped.
Oh, because of all this. So here's my theory, and guys, don't do this because I think this is probably stupid. But you know, I bought the VeVe Superman, right? Because I'm like, once that Action comic #1 comes out, it's gonna pump, right? Plus, I think it's cool. It's the first one on the blockchain, but that's my theory. I'll probably be wrong. Actually, you're probably smart to not listen to my advice, but that was my theory. And I'm still waiting. Where's our Action 1? I need it.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. The pedal just keeps pumping.
So what is it at now?
Right.
What's the?
All right, hold on.
Oh,
we're gonna.
man, 65.
Yeah, we're gonna hold on. We're gonna test this out. Let's try it with something else. What else can we pull up on screen? Right. Oh, here we go. I got a perfect one. Here we go, chat. Go to work.
It's probably like 350.
Oh shit! It actually did.
It did pump.
Bro, yo, the floor on this. Oh, holy shit! When this thing pops. This is gonna be like, yeah, I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not. You know what? I'm not gonna go there. This is gonna bust. Let's just put it this way. This is gonna be nuts. There's only 41 listings. It's 378, bro. When this thing gets past 400, goodbye.
Oh, I think it's gonna people are gonna delist and it's gonna pump. By the way, full disclosure, we both own that, so take everything we say. I know, but I like to keep saying it. Take everything we say about this with a grain of salt. But yeah, we do own that. Yeah, I do. I still think that. I still think the Stan Lee, at least the secret rare, can do well.
I got so excited when I saw the price. I had to back away from my desk 3 inches. Holy shit.
Because it's been sitting around 320, 350. Sometimes it'll drop down to 299. Pretty much.
Boner alert.
Staying there. Right. Isn't everything a boner alert for you? Like just moving your hand, that's a boner alert. Right?
I got that. That was good, actually. That was very good. Actually, whatever. Right over my fucking top hat wearing head.
Oh Lord. He's got the gold. Wait. Does Ronnie Lido, is that the gold silver, like the one that's worth $1 million?
Because you got that one?
That. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that one's so long gone though. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That one's unattainable. The red is going to be the attainable flex, especially when the doors to the VeVeverse open. 1K will seem like a long time ago. It'll be in the rearview mirror when the VeVeverse opens up. Now, y'all disrespected my girl, America Chavez, again. I mean, she was doing very, very well, which goes to show we haven't done the flip.
Get out of here, dog. Go.
We haven't tried the pamper. You know what I mean? So
right. Well, you do get some type of pump.
The flip effect is real.
And the drop zone effect.
Like, seriously, I'm about just buy another one out of you know.
What's it at? I'm still blown away. The secret rare on that's like 250.
I know, and that was at like 170, I think, at one point. And I was like, man, I really should buy it. Back down to 202. See, again, when we don't talk about our girl America Chavez
enough,
and at all. We haven't really talked about America.
Here's the thing: they're dropping so much, so you got to break it down to like what's really going to be. What are going to be the big ones? I mean, we always
listen. That's what's really happening. Yeah, we're being facetious. I hope chat realizes that, but we're joking.
Yes.
But what
Absolutely.
VeVe is saying is the actual truth. Yes.
Like, what are the ones that are gonna like always be solid, be big, um we don't know all of them, right? But there's just a lot of, if you take
Oh,
everything you could have collected over the last 70 years, what has done well? That's what you got to look at, right? Like, and so you could easily see that in comics. You can see that with some of the toys. Um, some of the stuff is just uh, taking you off the right path, I think, because we get emotionally involved. We're like, oh, I like that frog, or it looks like a Bitcoin, or that looks like Pepe. We get sidetracked, and we don't stay the straight. And what are the big ones? I'm really, actually, the Luke really disappoints me. I think that looks like crap. And the fact that it did so well, like, imagine that in 10 years we're going to be I mean, I'm laughing now. In 10 years people are going to look at that and be like, what is that crap? I don't care if it was the first one. Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe it's like, you know, I feel like the toys from the 80s are better than they are now. Like, this stuff is going to just get worse and worse if it wasn't made properly in the first place. What's the Ashaka uh sabers at? It was at 94. Oh man, it definitely, see, and
75.
so that thing got a pump because of the show, right? And here we are, right back down.
What
Lost my opportunity.
goes up must
I
go
mean,
down.
I definitely think if you can get a drivable vehicle, any of them,
Oh,
not
all of them.
financial advice, for 25 gems or less, I think that is probably a
Oh,
good
this
bet.
hurts.
But it is a bet. I know. What is it at now? Ooh,
Oh,
I
this
almost want to get
hurts.
one. It's still too high for me. I
I
need it,
couldn't bring
like,
myself to sell Stan, dude.
and that's the
Too
thing.
much. I got too much respect for Stan the Man, dude. I couldn't. We talked about it. What was it, like 100 or something like that, and then,
Yeah, I mean, it's just like,
damn you, VeVe clientele. Learn how to hold value to things. All right.
right.
Jesus, man.
People are just so desperate. And don't forget, we do also have the effect of the cash out. We can't forget, like, what that means. It really does bring the market down. And then,
Hasn't
of
Cash Out been
course,
back on VeVe for a bit though?
only a couple weeks. They had it in
Oh,
beta, and then they just released it.
oh. I never
Might
cash
have been
out on
beta.
this shit, so I don't fucking really know,
I
honestly.
mean, I don't know if that goes across the world or if it's just the US again, which I think would be crap, but who knows? Who knows?
That's very disappointing to see Stanley at 33
It
bucks.
is. But say, like, here's my thing, and I don't want to pump it because I want to buy a bunch of them. Like the lenticulars, right? Like, that is truly FA for a lot of those, right? But they're totally being disrespected. Um, you know, if that means anything, if first appearance means anything, well, then those are going to be, I don't care if they call it FE, and even some of their FAs really aren't the first appearance on the blockchain. But if that's going to mean something, then those lenticulars should actually
It's
do better.
it's not. It's not. The blockchain and data and mint and all that's never going to drive the price. What is going to drive the price
Oh,
is
mints. Oh, I don't know. Don't fight me on my mints.
if the VeVe-verse. I mean, listen, you said it yourself. You can't even sell low mints nowadays. So I think my data is skewing properly
No,
nowadays.
I low mints, yes, but specific mints, no. Those are
Okay,
actually
that's
crazy.
different.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking about
yeah,
low mints because
yeah,
back in
yeah,
the
yeah,
day, it used
totally.
to be low mints meant high money. That
Oh,
ain't
yeah,
the case,
absolutely. I still think
right?
it will, but
Right.
I'm
All right. Well,
listening.
we
I'm
could agree to
listening.
disagree. But what I think is going to drive, and listen, I don't want to say that they're not going to drive value while we live inside of a pinball machine. I'm not going to say
Jeez.
that they won't drive the value because they will and they could. But I think what will drive the value more, I think is what I'm trying to say, is when you walk into the VBverse and someone's hosting VBverse Squares, like Hollywood Squares type game show,
Right.
and if you own the lenticular, you get to put it in your box as like your picture. And then all the people watching, when they start walking left and right, they see how fucking crazy it looks. You know what I'm saying? And they
Right.
start seeing the interact. That's what's going to drive the value. The utility behind it, the gamification behind it, will drive value, I think, in my opinion, way higher than mint values or even special mints in the long term. But again, like we have to get there.
Well, let me make this clear so anyone listening to me, be careful. I never think, unless you're a whale, that you should be mint chasing, which means I want 1111 and I'm going to pay 111 for it. What I do think is sniping those and either flipping or in some cases I keep them. Now I did go against my rules on the VeVe logo. I did pay a freaking lot for
Yeah,
the
me too.
last mint. So, but I'm keeping it. Like, if somebody offers me 10 grand for it, bye bye. Because I'll go buy another red VeVe logo. But I think that's certainly worth in that situation. I think that's a special mint, just like I think 41's a special mint. I think uh Randy
Yeah,
Chavez, he has all the 41's on the logo. Imagine that.
yeah, I
Imagine
overpaid
how
for my logo. I don't know
yeah.
how anybody else feels. I definitely overpaid.
Oh yeah, I overpaid. I have one that I paid that I've got two, right? So I've got one to sell and I'm keeping the other.
This is how you know B's just obliviously looking down. Yeah, I definitely overpaid for mine, BE.
Oh
Right,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you suck, man. Yeah, see that when you say you didn't do well on just getting that though was definitely a nice win, right?
Ah, right, bitch. Yeah, well, I deserve it. You fucking bent over, freaking backwards, and fisted with a gauntlet for like a year and a half. Fake
Well,
prices, bots, dirty gems. I was talking about this with a buddy of mine. I don't want to say who it is, but cool dude though. We're talking about it in DMs, and it was like, man, it's like it just sucks to be the nice guy sometimes, you know. Like he was talking about dirty gems and VB markets and will this kind of hold value and stuff like that. It was like I was like, well, it was hard to tell because I came in at the top,
right.
and but just like me, some people like to wake up with a clean conscience and not feel like a piece of shit, So I didn't really do the dirty gem stuff. Actually, I don't really block or ban people on Twitter, but every single account that was promoting like dirty gems and discounted gems, I had them all muted and or blocked on Twitter.
I never did it. I must admit I thought about it, and then I'm like, I don't know. Vault was talking about it and whatever. I really thought that if you did it, you would get screwed in the end, and a lot of people did. So
Yeah, I saw. I mean,
I'm
99.8% of the people I've spoken to and heard from have done it. They're like, yeah, I heard the story about this person. I'm like, yeah, I heard the same story, but like, you got away with it, and you got away with it, and fucking you got. I'm just like, man,
oh
I don't know.
totally
I don't know. It would be different if like someone got nailed like today. They're like, oh, we combed your account, and we noticed that you did this back on that day, and like that would suck. Like that would put everybody on full alert. You know what I mean?
oh totally.
But I don't know. I feel like statute of limitations gone on that.
Oh, I just sold something and I put it at a price I'm like nobody's gonna buy it at, and now I got to go look it up. So I know 1967 is pretty big on Fantastic Four, but only on specific comics. Uh, and so I got 1967 and I sold. Oh, I see. There was a TV series. I don't care about that. Yeah, back in 1967, there was a cereal box with Fantastic Four on it. But
Yeah.
this could actually mean something to somebody. So there you go, guys. I didn't even know. So but whatever. I paid 2. I sold it for 10. Makes me happy. I'm not too upset about that. But now 1967, there was a cartoon for Fantastic Four.
Right.
Yeah. There we go. Well, that just put me into okay profit. I mean, again, not worth my time, right? Like none of this is worth your, everyone's time. I don't know what times are worth these. What's an hour, average hour worth for people? For some it's $10. For others, it's $450 an hour. For Bruin 88, I'm sure he's charging 700 an hour for his law services, right? Potentially. All right. Well, now.
I was trying to read Doc's comment here. And also look
Oh,
at
I didn't
horse
see.
stuff on the
Sorry.
other screen. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, there is a difference, but I think at the end of the day, it's kind of hard to differentiate what was what because they all got kind
Right.
of
You
bunched
didn't
up
know.
in the
Right.
end, where everyone was basically paying 30 cents on the dollar, I think, was the cheapest, or even 25 cents was the cheapest offer I had on the table. And I was highly, highly considering it. So, you know what I mean? And that's just because I had people telling me that I'm a fucking moron for not taking advantage of the loophole like everybody else did. But, you know, that's my democratic behavior sometimes. Whereas I probably need to be more Republican and just say, fuck you, and make that money.
Make the money. All right, here you go, guys.
Red pill the shit out of it, chat. We're coming.
Right.
We're coming.
Exactly.
VE. American freedom. Bringing it back.
America.
Right. Imagine that.
Oh, Lord. All right, now I'm going to see if I can get... I can't even get three... See if I can get $3.49 for $8.95. Seems like a good deal. Normally, I'd be like $4 or less on any 3-digit. I can usually flip it for at least 5. So let's see if this sells. We shall see. I mean, this is just a hard market. I don't even know how many sold of these damn things.
That's what we like to hear, Bruin. Because when it comes to, he said, I think he's meant to say now when it comes to Mo and BE, or no. When it comes to Mo and BE, I am pro bono.
That's awesome. All right, because yeah,
I didn't quite know how to read that. I thought it was like now when it comes to Mo, but I realized he might have just been saying no to somebody else. But anyway, this is the drop zone.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen.
And it does.
Yeah.
And we like to entertain. We like to please, always. So let's just, because I know we've got a few different people on here, let's go back and just quickly talk about our drop zone horse at PFL. Just in case you guys don't know, we bought a horse, a colt, that we were going to now do a show. And we'll probably do a show on like how you can go in and just go to buy one. And then show us, we'll show you our drop zone horse. And then we're going to kind of go over, if you find Photo Finish Live a little confusing, we're going to go over, how to buy, how to sell, how to breed, how to bet, all of that stuff. It's not that hard. And the reason I love this project is once I found out that they were teaming up with NBC and Churchill Down and what's the biggest racing online or online gambling, what's that company again?
TwinSpires.
So there you go. So like, again, I always like it when I see a big companies, big corporations getting behind projects. They don't always win, but these people do a lot of background check. And in this market, when NFTs is kind of like a 4-letter word, for them to still get in, I think that's huge. So yeah.
Yep. And Doctor Strange actually just touched on something else that I don't think that BE is too much into it. But I will be doing content. We do maybe updates quickly on Drop Zone, but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a football junkie. I wouldn't be where I'm at in Photo Finish without DraftKings Rainmakers. So yeah, Rainmakers, waiting for the next drop. You can actually join, get your free starter pack. Mine popped up there for a second, but actually went away because I own it. I think
free
the first
starter pack, nice.
Yeah, so you get some players. We'll kind of show you how to, kind of like you were just talking about with Photo Finish, kind of like walks you through the process of, how to get rolling. Right now, though, Rainmakers is kind of at a standstill. It's kind of like that lull. They released the first packs, which in my opinion were absolutely overpriced.
150, right? Like crazy.
Well, the basic packs I think were 20. They were 20. But you could only get like kickers and defenses that were higher than rares. So if you got an elite, you were all happy. And you're like, oh, it's a kicker every time. Or, oh, it's a defense. And sometimes they might have value. But the most part, they don't. And you only get like 40, 50 bucks. Well, you can get more than that for like a Mahomes rare. You know what I mean? A Mahomes rare might fetch you 110. Problem is, there's a whole new set of cards coming out next week. And people in this chat will know way better than more than people I know in real life because they don't follow NFT markets. Supply, right? Supply. They're about to drop another 10x the supply of the cards in the rare and the common category. And with no new players coming in, that will tell you exactly what's going to happen to the prices. So if you are on Rainmakers, do not buy cores, do not buy rares right now. I promise you, you will regret it. next week. However, elites, if you get elites and higher, they actually share the pool of the amount of cards per season, so it actually doesn't. They don't get affected as much. They still get affected a little bit though. So my point being, there's a new set of cards coming out next week. I don't know the exact date. I think the 3rd is when it opens. They'll probably go live on the 7th or the 8th. I think the season starts though on the 9th, right? 9th, 10th, 11th. Yeah. So anyway, we'll keep you posted. But if anybody is interested, let me know. Maybe VE can suck it up a little bit.
Yeah,
And
I'd be willing to look at when you told me the 150. By the way, Bob Sales, have a good sleep. And we'll be in touch soon for about your birthday party. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm into it. I just
well, they were like 300, 500, and 5K for the original packs that came out. Yeah, but the ones next week might be more like 199, probably 99, 299, 499, 199, 29, or 99, 199. 999. I think that's how it was last year. The legendary packs are a lot of money. They're usually like 10 grand and up.
Now, why is it? I mean, has it been almost like guaranteed a win if you get those? I mean,
yeah, well, yeah. So it's guaranteed win because even if you got the worst Rainmaker card, a Rainmaker only has one of each player. So Patrick Mahomes has only one Rainmaker card. There's 10 legendary Patrick Mahomes.
right.
There's
gotcha. Okay.
90 elite Patrick Mahomes. There's I don't know 240 rare Patrick Mahomes, right? All the way down to probably like 500 and change core Patrick Mahomes. So yeah, so when you start joining contests, you'll see that some of these high-class contests, well, let's just take a look at the legendaries, for instance. Well, let's just take a look at the Rainmaker at the top. It pays out 120,000 total. Let's check my location. Where the hell is the payout info? Somewhere here. Yeah, rules and prizes. So it pays out 31 places. And basically pays 20 G's for first. Second's 15K, 10K, 8K, 7K, 6. But you know what I'm saying? If you got even all the way down to 7th and 8th and 5K, right? For 1 week, and you have a good lineup, you already got maybe half your money back. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. I feel like you do have to know football a little bit. That's why me and my boy did very, very, very well last year. Like I said, a lot of people might know I get my ass kicked. You know, on Palm, I get my ass kicked. On VeVe, I get my fucking shit pushed in. We dominated fucking Rainmakers with.
Yeah, because if you know the players, like you said, you're good at kind of like eyeing those players that you know are good, but maybe other people didn't notice. You notice the stats and in college and stuff like that, so you kind of know like, well, this in your mind will be a good bet. So absolutely. By the way, I don't know if you guys want to do this in the chat. I don't even know how many people we have left in here, although I know we're streaming to 1,000 people because that's what Mo always says. We got to assume
always 1,000.
I've got this 895. I've got it at 349 right now. I'll put it out there for a 249 if anyone wants to try to snipe it. I don't know if that may not be worth it to any of you. It's 895, but if you guys let us know in the chat if anyone wants to try to snipe it, I will put it out there for 249 just to get rid of it since I did okay and I'm sick of looking at my fucking tablet. So
man, we're gonna do a reverse auction here. I'm looking for 249. Do we hear now 249? Let's push it down to 248 and a half. Looking for 248, 248.5. You have 248.5 now. Looking at you now. Put it around now. Do I have 249? Looking for 249 now. Go. And sold to the pretty little girl upstairs, Shelby Cobra.
There you go. Looks like she did not say she'd buy it. All right, so here's what I'm. Oh wow, there's 823 for $1.95. So maybe that would have been a better deal. And I bought it, so I guess that was not a good deal. Can't believe I just bought that. Nobody actually.
Real quick though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap up Rainmaker talk. Doc wanted to know if we can use the cards from last year. There are tournaments for last year's card. There wasn't supposed to be. They were supposed to have an entry fee, which is why me and everyone else I know unloaded the cards. You know, jokes on us. Yeah. But they're only paying out like 10% of the overall contest, so I probably wouldn't say it's worth it. You can get any money for them, just sell them.
Because you'd have to pay to transfer them. Yeah, that auction thing is awesome. How did you come up with doing the announcing and all that? Have you done that
So when we were
Before.
younger, yeah, so we were younger. Again, like my house had an amusement park in the backyard. It's called Bigfoot Park. That's where Bigfoot Stables comes from. My dad built it with his bare hands. You know, roller coasters, zip lines, tree houses, you know, sky high, carnival games, you name it, right? Tickets, kids come over and win prizes, right? You name this shit. So what it
Sure.
turned into was just like about 100 plus kids at my house on a daily basis. And, you know, so I would just be hanging around. And when people like running around, I would just narrate it. So I'd just be sitting there as a little kid, you know what I'm saying? Because you actually had to, like, if you came to my house, you had to like wait in line to like do something in my
That's
backyard.
pretty cool.
It was
And you
like a
didn't
wild,
charge
right?
him, did you? You didn't even charge him
No,
for it.
no, no. My dad never charged any of their parents or the kids a fucking penny. As a matter of fact, my dad took a lot of his expendable income and bought video games and put them up as prizes and bought like those little carnival things, like the little guys, like little puppets you put at the edge of your fingers and shit. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Oh, to give him
yeah,
out. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. And he would, you know, again, take money and probably make his life worse. You know what I'm saying? And did that for the kids. So but yeah, never, ever, ever profited a single penny off that backyard. It was all for the kids and for me to have the childhood
That you had.
and grow up the way that I did. Yeah.
Get
So,
out of here, dog. Get out.
Sorry, we got an intruder into my space.
but yeah, dude, it was wild, man. So like, I just used to narrate shit. I would be like, and there goes Ricky around the backyard chasing the like as a kid, you know. And
So this just came
I never did
naturally.
it.
This came naturally.
Yeah. And the auctioneer stuff, I just again would just get lit and just auction off random shit that we weren't even selling. And just
Did you
just for entertainment. I'd be at a party and shit and be like, who wants to buy this vase now? This beautiful vase. And be like, well, bro, you can't sell that vase. I'm like, no, I'm not really selling it. I'm just, you know, just
Wait, did
fucking
you hear
joking
this
around.
from Doctor Strange? He's heard of this myth of this park. What? Is that true? Like it was a big like to do in the area? That's crazy.
If yo, that's a very good shot from where Doc is. Yeah, that absolutely was me, 100%.
Wow.
Because yeah, most kids would come from like I'd probably say if I had to pinpoint on the map about a 6-town radius, which may or may not put Doc in that. It's pretty close, but yeah. So I mean, again, we just yeah. Trust me, if people wonder why I'm so just disgusted by the way life is these days, because man, like the way me and my friends grew up, we talk about it all the time. Like it's just
I mean,
that
that's
life
really
doesn't
cool.
exist. That life doesn't exist anymore for kids. If I had a kid right now, there's no shot that I could even reproduce anything remotely close to that.
Right.
And throw on top of it, you know what I'm saying? Like just actually being like kids in the 80s and 90s where we rode our bikes around everywhere and we played hockey in the middle of the street and people would have no problem waiting 20 seconds for someone to score a goal and wait for us to move the net. Like they enjoyed it. They would honk the horns when we scored a goal. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's cool.
nowadays they'll try to run you the fuck over if you don't get out the way and the net's in the middle of the street, you know? Like people are fucking assholes, you know?
I don't even think I had 100 people at my house during my whole childhood. So if you had that every day, that's pretty impressive.
Daily basis, which is honestly people want to know why I'm the way I am sometimes. Like I'm super, super like extroverted, but then there's other times like in a small percentage where I'm just super, super introvert. Like, and it's because of that. Because I always had to have my it's kind of like my alone time where I can't be bothered. You know what I mean? Because of everything else being so just crazy all the time.
Here, I'm coming
But I wouldn't
back.
go back and change. I wouldn't go back and change a damn thing, man.
Let's see here. I'm coming back because I'm gonna throw up if I keep looking at this thing. Whew. All right. All that for nothing. Never got the 616. I don't even think they sold 3,000. But I'm back. This is where viewership drops to zero. They enjoy my toilet look
Ha.
better than the actual me. So all right. So interesting enough, nobody went for the drop. Awesome. Go out 10 yards, make a right at the red car. I'll throw it at Mo. Funny.
Damn right.
The good old days. Yes, they were the good old days. For him.
Yeah, we have a new podcast coming soon. It's supposed to be me, Be, Bob Sales, and Fromy. I think Doc too.
The good
Those
old
were the days.
Right. And we'll have Meathead on and everyone. And nobody will get that reference. Let's see here.
Well, I like Doc's quote. Well, I mean, again, there's things we used to say, but was from that football movie with Pacino. What was it?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a Oliver Stone's
Yeah, gee,
movie.
why am I drawing a blank? I kept on saying the whole 9 yards, but that's
No, no, no.
that's
Why am I
that's the
blanking on it?
comedy with that's one of my favorite movies, actually, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, that's a
Oh my
good
god.
that. God darn, what
Why
is
am I
that
drawing a blank?
called?
I could probably recite half the movie and I can't think of it, the fucking movie.
I'm blanking now. Hold on.
He's like,
Let's see.
go to the car, kid, Willie Beam, and he's like, go to the
Oh,
car,
any
kid.
given Sunday.
Any given Sunday. Thank you, thank you, thank
Because
you.
that
Yes, yes,
had
yes.
a lot
Dennis
of.
Quaid was in that movie. That's you. You're in that
Yes,
movie.
there. I was in the movie. Cameron D. I'm looking
I'm
at
gonna
it
bring
right
that
now.
up.
So
Hold
I'm
on a
cheating.
second. Can we chat? Tell me VE doesn't look
Oh,
like this. Hold
look,
on.
like the Dennis Quaid dropped in a vat of acid, maybe. James Wood, Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J,
Willie Beeman.
Charlton Heston. Ooh, I didn't remember that. Okay, very cool.
I mean, this right here looks like BE if BE's been through some shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this is a B. If sniping has gone really, really bad, this is what it. This is
And
what
I
B
was
looks like.
6% body fat because that guy, he's like what 74 and the best shape out of anyone. That's funny.
This is when the snipes are good.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
When the snipes are good.
When he's 6 feet under, maybe I'll.
I'm telling you, tell me this isn't it, guys. There's no shot that I'm wrong. Like when it's so crazy, man.
That's
like
funny.
Shelby Cobra wakes up to a pseudo celebrity every single morning.
Oh
So
yeah,
crazy,
I wish she treated me like a celebrity. That we got to work on. Lord,
oh fucking world,
man. What time are? Oh, so what do you have on the docket today?
Oh, it's gonna be my docket. Looking at my barn, trying to come up with new breeding plans. Checking the marketplace, trying to find some people, trying to sneak over some horses. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I should have a new filly by the end of the day. I mean, that's
crazy. Just
kind of
popping
my
them
plan.
out left and right.
No, I'm looking to buy one. I'm in the buying market now.
Yeah, I'm saying right. Well, yeah, but you just popped out. What 3 today?
Popped out 3 yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
We sold the one of them. So I got 2 left from that batch. And then yeah,
So
man, just
can you only breed the horse once a month, or can you?
Yeah, the fillies breed once a month, once a
Let
season.
me ask you this: do horses have twins? Is that like possible? Does that
dude, they so in real life, I think it actually does happen, but it's a very, 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 very small
They
chance.
should put that in the algorithm. Think of how awesome that'd be. You'd be like, you just bred, and then you got the best one.
This was a topic a while back, and people were like, and people were saying it happened. I never actually researched it. Let's look at it right now. Do horses breed twins in real life?
Hey, Bruin, at least I don't hit her. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
this is
hit
what I was
women or touch women. I just hit desks and file cabinets and walls.
Very unusual. Normally, the second embryo is lost. But yeah, 80% typically. But you know, guys, I love facts and data and percentages. So yeah, 80%. But I don't know. I feel like putting something in the game like that could be cool. And you know what? We don't know, BE. Maybe it is in there and they just haven't fucking told us. Because Ian
it's so rare, right? Like, if it's
right,
so
he
rare,
does like to smirk. He'll do some smirks and fuck with us
that's
a
a
little
question I'm asking him if we get him on our special interview CEO show. That is
that's when I hit you with the abort. We need an abort email, by the way. Abort emote.
Yeah, we do. That would be awesome. Yeah, because like through the whole Cubathon stream, like 5,000 abort, because I'm asking like, they're poignant questions, but like you got to be careful, especially when you're working as an ambassador. But also, I like to, catch people off guard a little bit. And yeah,
well, I'd like to think by now, BE, that they are well aware that my main passion in life is virtual horse racing. I've been, I don't even know if they ever tune into Drop Zone, but I think maybe people in chat. I've had some messages and conversations with people. I've almost gone out of my way to make it pretty well known. Like, I ran a freaking horse race on the first Cubathon
Oh yeah,
The
you do
first
totally.
the first time that I introduced myself on the Cryptoid stream, I said I call horse races. I went into the horse racer voice. Like, if they didn't want us, or me and us as part of Skin and Bones, you know, to do what we do, we just wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, totally, totally.
And the fact that I deal with horses in a fiat and a currency, like, listen, there are values on things, but
Well,
it's
I
just
tell you what.
predictions. When it comes to predictions and stuff like that, obviously I'm very careful, but I will tell you what I think is a good idea and what's a bad idea.
Totally, totally. I'll tell you what. Did you see last night they did the reveal? I thought it was the funniest thing when I when I told Freddie his computer in the back was revealing some important
Oh, that
information.
was a good troll.
Yeah,
I got there a few minutes late. I got there like 10 after.
right. And then we found out that Pluto potentially, as an extra digital toy in the package, has a bone and potentially could be related to Mo. We don't know if it's human. We don't
Did
know
you say
where it
that? Or did
can.
they say that? Because I must have
No,
showed
I
up right
said
after
that.
that.
No, I
Oh,
said
okay.
that. Yeah, I'm like, you might be related. Because I asked him, like, is that a human bone?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And for the record, BE likes to say that I make it about me too much. But if you go back and watch today's show, I tried to make it about him as much as possible, but he does his best to toss it back to me. So just so we're clear on that, I want to make sure we're all aware.
That's funny.
Yes, I know. It's always about me. It's about the Bono's bone.
It was just
Yeah, that would
funny
be
when
funny
they
though.
said that. When they said you're getting a bone, I'm like, oh my god, of course. Like Mo's gonna have his whole family on every freaking drop.
Yeah, I already got Skeletor. I mean,
I know, right?
how much better could it get?
It can't. I mean, that's the pinnacle right there. So it's all downhill from here until you get your Ultra Grail. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
I do want to get out of here in a minute.
Yeah, cool.
I know you're probably gonna go too, but
Yeah, I do.
Did they announce? Did they show what the rarity was? Like the names of the rarity yet?
They did not. They just said the three. We don't know what they all look like. All we know is what they talked about. So we know the other characters, but that's it. We don't know any more
Oh,
than that.
because I thought they mentioned something about like being colorful.
Oh, you mean how they were going to look? They
Yeah.
did kind of talk about that, but I did not. I'm going to wait until they actually put something out because I think they are soon. Like they're, how they do it. They drop the information slowly to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
And so yeah, soon what they'll do is they'll probably do, and I don't know this for sure, they'll probably do like one character and release all. I think that's what they, if I remember correctly, that's what they did on Star Wars. They released a character and showed all the rarities on it. There are 15. We know that there's 15 of total, right? So with the three, so five, we know there's going to be five each. I assume it's going to run around the same line as some of the stuff in the past.
Okay, because when they say colorful, I'm thinking, you know where my brain's going.
Well,
I'm going back to the '80s, baby.
Right. Well, I'm excited to see what's going on. We did put that just one more time before we head out. I'm going to go ahead and put this link in there, guys. If you want to, doesn't cost anything. You can sign up for this Cryptoys giveaway. I wonder. I guess we're not eligible for this. I want to sign up for it. I bet you we're not. We're not eligible. What a joke. Anyways, they're giving away a 20 toy pack and some other stuff. So check that out. Sign up. Cost you nothing, and keep your ears and eyes open for more information. We'll put stuff out. I'm sure we'll tweet, and so will Mo. So. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna get out of here. I do actually have a lot to do.
Yeah, I need more coffee. I got horses to figure out. I got some Madden challenges to bang out.
I've got some electrical work on my hitch. I got to get that all wired and all that fun stuff. So yeah. So anyways, we appreciate everyone coming here, all our friends. There's too many to name, so thank you all for coming. Bearing with us, but yeah, look forward to some stuff, more PFL. We'll do some separate streams and probably be maybe joining Mo with some of his announcing during the afternoons, talking about what we have and teaching you guys how to do photo finish live. So thanks again, Mo. Thank you for coming on. And, I always like hanging out with you, and I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you. I'll shout out to Shelby Cobra for letting you out of the house and into the basement. Come hang out for us a little bit. And yeah, man. Chat, as always, appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, do all that cool stuff. We got some big things happening. Yeah, none of that. Be kind, rewind. We'll see you guys on the next drop. Peace.
Peace.